All right. Usually,
I never know, bro. I never know when this thing starts recording. It is so delayed.
usually,
Off in free therapy. I fucking hated it.
well, it's, I
But
mean, like, this is your, not your doing personally, but it is your lifestyle that got us to this point. Or no, let's be
no, it is
real.
not. No, it is not.
Let's be
No, it
real.
is
It
not.
was somebody close to you. We won't name names. Lifestyle putting you in these predicaments that happens, and you can't get out of it. And it's not your fault because you yourself in this world of
It's the same
uncertainty.
type of person, dude. Sorry to interrupt. That would, steal your weed after you Christmas gifted them weed. So yeah,
Indian giver. So
yeah,
we're
or
dealing with
just a
Indian.
stealer, just
We're
a greedy scumbag.
listen, and this is a
Happens to
podcast
be
that
related to me by blood.
will. You didn't have to say that, but you did. Listen, Washington football team changed their names.
He knows who.
Cleveland baseball team is going to change their name, so we'll change the word to um, person giver. We'll say that instead of Indian giver, which I just said again. Bleep that out. We're not going to bleep it out because fuck you. Because it's a great day today in Virginia. It's a great day for everybody. Sports betting has
I'm
came.
worried about you, to be honest. You seem
You're not worried.
unhinged. You seem, as you mentioned, you're a dog off the leash. Shout out to you
Listen,
for freaking money.
we'll
And
get to.
well, first of all, let's say this. One, the Saints, your Super Bowl pick is out, so you're done there. You're most likely eating hot wings. You have one single path. I have a many
Oh,
path.
I thought we were gonna wait for that, but
Oh, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Not only that, you also signed probably the worst QB prospect in the whole entire NFL, and then
we're
now
just getting
you
into
have
it. We
put
didn't want to do
more than
intros. We didn't want to do intros. This guy is a
come
professional. We
back
didn't
to
want to
we'll
do
come back to
intros.
that as well. And then you
We
put
didn't
more
want to do
than about
intros.
1,000
No, it's
parlays
okay.
out in about 24 hours since FanDuel, shout out FanDuel, went live giving away free money. Go get your 100 free play. They're doing literally easy plus
You
100 boost
just said
bets.
it. You just said it. So why wouldn't I put $50 on parlays that could or could not happen when I know for a fact that the Spurs suck? Mavericks should cover that. Miami is a wagon. They're the best team in the NBA. No cap.
He just
And
told you all the parlay for tonight. Pick it up. If you listen to this
and
right as it's
and
released, pick up that
and
parlay. You could probably still hit it.
Brooklyn Nets were back at -10. Guess what? It goes all the way to -6 because the Slim Reaper is not playing. Kevin Durant, who I think is the biggest bitch of all time. So no, fuck you, Kyrie. Do your sage shit. James Harden, go to a Golden Corral. It's time to fucking win this game because that dude Sexton had sex with all your girlfriends.
James Harden would prefer the moves of your new quarterback, to be honest.
Listen, can we? Okay, first of all, this is Face of the Franchise for first time listeners. I'm Michael Shanuti. I'm the Pharaoh. That is Little Joe, who follow us on Instagram if you want to know what sexy looks like. Now, let's get to some real topics. Dwayne Haskins,
For the
yes,
podcast
aside.
listeners, in case that didn't get picked up, I blew you all a kiss. You're welcome. Love
Wait,
all the listeners. Love all the new
Dwayne
ones. Love all the day
Haskins.
ones.
Dwayne Haskins was signed by the Pittsburgh Steelers for nothing less than a fucking
Wait. I'm
contract.
sorry. Wait, no.
No. Because you want to control the narrative because you want to be
I
hot
don't
take.
even want
You
to talk
want to
about
do
Dwayne
this.
Haskins. I'm not there yet. I want to focus on something else. I want to focus on you. And I
You
just want
brought
to
it
let all
up.
the viewers know.
You brought it up.
I just want. We'll get into it in a second. I just want to let all the viewers know because I brought up your parlays first. I just want to let all the viewers know, YouTube viewers especially. Look at that face. Look at that face. That is a
face of
man
money.
who has gone across the line, and I've been there. I've seen it, and is not coming back until he is about $300, $400, $500 in debt. And I am worried for you, buddy. But hey, he's dancing on him. He's pulling out the Rain Man
No,
money. Let's see if he's
because
Rain Man. Let's see if
FanDuel,
he's parlay god by the end of the weekend. But that face
FanDuel did something for me. FanDuel
smells
helped. I controlled my limits to where I feel like it's comfortable. So I said, okay, listen, $20 a day. I can only deposit $100 a week. That's the much I can do, and then $300 for a month. There you go. See, that's simple to me because I still have two jobs. I'm still running this donkey show. So I have right now. I'm a single dad right now. I'm a single dad with three kids. I'm just trying to provide. But the three kids are
girlfriend Sam feels
gambling, gambling, alcohol, and more likely compulsive eating when I lose. So those are my three kids. And
Kids
listen,
you know aren't gonna ever do that well, but you still got to support them. You still got to show love. They're your kids. They're your babies.
exactly. So I'm not going to turn my back on them just because one called me an asshole. No, I'm going to take the belt out and I'm going to do Bernie Mac style and I'm going to beat the fuck out of them. And then we're going to love each other again. And then we're going to do that. That's it. End of story. So back to real topics. Vance McDonald.
Certainly hope the best for you, buddy. Speaking of
Exactly.
other addictions, would be a great transition here.
How is this an addiction? Vance McDonald just retired. That's not an addiction. The man retired. He did
I think
great.
your
He had the
addiction to
best.
Steelers, which is going to tie into the next topic. Go ahead.
Well,
Vance McDonald
he
retired.
retired. He retired. Good guy. We're gonna just give him well wishes. I mean, he wasn't that great of a tight end. He had one great play of the stiff arm, still in lore
He
of
had a
Steeler
couple of
history.
good stiff arm moves. He had a good stiff arm.
I mean, the guy is a good blocking tight end. I mean, Eric Ebron couldn't block he couldn't block the sun with his hand if he could try.
Blocking
So
tight ends
thank
don't
God.
get enough love. Shout out Jeremy Sprinkle, by the way. Big shout out Jeremy Sprinkle.
George Kittle is one of the best, and he is the best tight end.
Gronk doing it all year, did not get a lot of love for it at all this year.
Exactly. Travis Kelce can kind of do it. He's kind of more of a finesse guy.
Yeah.
So now here's the topic you really want me to talk about. And let me control. Can I please talk? Because listen, I know you want to make a joke and everything because it's really no joke to this. This is literally nothing. Dwayne Haskins signed a future deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because
I'll let you control it. I got a little bit about the parlays, about you being unhinged and out of control and a degenerate. Welcome to the degenerate side. It feels good to have you there as a recovered degenerate. Thank you. So happy. Hope you for the best. You're going to owe FanDuel $500. But Dwayne Haskins, speaking of also just throwing
No. See, you're controlling. You're controlling. Stop.
All right, I'm done.
Everybody sees me on Twitter. Everybody sees my rants. Everybody sees that shit. So I thought we were going to give Dwayne Haskins an actual deal. We didn't give him an actual deal. We gave him a spot to try out for the team, basically. It's basically us looking at a guy on the street and be like, hey, you want to try out for the team? Here's whatever the minimum is. Enjoy. Like, let's go to. Here, come try out. That's it. So it's a low risk deal. If we cut him, and we didn't lose any money. If he becomes Dwayne Haskins, who everybody thought he was going to be, which I don't think he's going to be, then that's great. We made out like bandits. Like I told you, this means nothing. This literally means zero. Like, if he makes the team, congratulations. If he becomes something, that's way more than I expected. What I expect is he becomes a practice squad player. That's all I expect. He's going to be a practice squad player. He's going to be somebody who simulates Lamar Jackson, simulates Josh Allen, like a guy who can run and throw, and that's it. That's all he's going to be. After that, it's nothing. Like, yeah, he sucks. He's a guy who everybody's behind him. Like Chris Carter said, he's like, I got cut from Philly and resurrected my career in fucking Vikings land. Who gives a fuck? I don't care. Like, this guy is gonna be the same guy as we all know. I don't care. Thank God for the contract we gave him. So that's all I was gonna say. I'm not happy. I'm not sad. So there you go. Now go ahead with your dumb rant of like how this was stupid.
Hey, Michael.
What, Joseph?
Michael Shanuti.
Joseph, go.
My dear friend. Not just podcast partner, my dear, dear friend. Buddy, you sound like an addict. You've got a problem. You have an addiction. You're justifying another poor move by a franchise that is an overthinking decline. That there's no reason this man should have gotten another job whatsoever in the NFL. You guys literally throwing shit at the wall, seeing if it sticks. AK, you're throwing money at the wall and seeing if it sticks, and it's
for a guy to come
right under a toilet, and that's where it's going.
A first rounder to come to training camp, who, mind you, we could go get another quarterback, aka give me my fucking dream, Deshaun Watson. But having Dwayne Haskins come in to just try out
in the fourth round,
that's an
of the 2016 NFL draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Please stop. My balls have
Deshaun
recovered.
Still not recovered from last week.
I would cream so much if Deshaun Watson came to the Steelers. But my point is, you want me to. I'm not justifying a move. I'm just saying, like, everybody just calm the fuck down. Like, nothing really happened. Like, this is like if
you sound like an addict.
No, it just doesn't. It doesn't equate what you're saying because it's just like It's like if I go out and I'm like, here's a hooker, let me just pick her up real quick and let me just turn her out, and she doesn't turn out to be good, I don't have to pay for it. It's fine.
You still have an addiction to buying women. Listen, and it's like, listen, we're just.
This,
If
see,
you
this
just
is
from me this one, I promise
because
you, I'll
a
get you
guy,
next
a
week.
guy, a
And
guy, a
this time,
guy,
the
a
same
guy.
will work out. I know it. That
This is
didn't
the
work out
difference
the last
between
100
winning
times. This
football
time,
and
it's
not
gonna,
winning
it's gonna
football.
work.
Winning football and not winning football. Winning football, not winning football.
I'm
Because you
sorry.
don't understand the
Who's
move.
winning?
You don't
Who's winning
understand the move.
football and not winning
You
football?
don't.
Because
You don't understand the move. You don't
who?
understand the move.
I'm sorry. Who one is winning in our playoff bracket contest right now? Me.
Not nose moves, no moves. Moves, no moves.
Losing moves, patient moves, winning
No.
moves.
Zero moves. Zero moves.
Speaking of moves, we have some new coaches in the league. Urban
Moves.
Meyer makes the jump, makes the leap, swinging home run. I think it happened about an hour after we recorded the last week's show. How are you feeling about this first hire off the QB carousel?
All right. So about like, let's say, okay, they draft Trevor Lawrence. He's gonna get probably like some nick or some injury around week 5. Next thing you know, Urban Myers has chest pains. He quits. He comes back later when they're winning. So, I mean, this is the same. Like Urban Meyer is the biggest tool I've ever met in my entire, like ever seen in my entire life. Oh, my chest hurts because there's a sexual assault charge against one of my coaches, and I knew about it. Like, be a man. Have some
Yeah,
nuts. Go fuck
yeah,
yourself. Next
fuck yeah.
move.
Next move, I'm going to go right to my favorite move so far, at least my favorite speech of all time. It's getting a lot of love. You all know it. Dan Campbell, way to put nuts back in football. Way to put monster trucks and big dicks back into football, brother. It's gonna be fucking shit up all day long, just like the city of Detroit does. Detroit's back, baby. Are the Lions back with this move, dude?
Like, what do you want me to say about this one? Like, at
It's
least
a
Urban
big
Meyer.
dick, big can of nuts, big
It's
can of whoop
literally.
ass
It's
this Sunday
literally.
at WrestleMania.
It's like it's literally they hired the most Detroit guy I could think of. Like this guy would literally he'll bash his head into somebody's helmet for being excited for a touchdown. He's gonna go like this to TJ Hawkinson and he's gonna get concussed. They're going 6-10 again or 5-11 because like what is Dan Campbell gonna Dan Campbell is gonna have 25 linemen on the roster. This is the type of guy who hates quarterbacks and hates finesse guys. Like they're all gonna be just like we're gonna see 11 linemen out there. That's what we're gonna see. 11 linemen. 11 linemen. Like there's no cornerbacks, no safeties, no QBs. Dan Campbell will only put linemen.
No, you're wrong. 8 linemen, 4 tight ends, and that's what we're gonna
Oh
have.
yeah, TJ
4
Hawkinson,
gritty
TJ
ass tight ends.
Hawkinson, and like we're gonna get Brandon Pettigrew again. Like somehow, some way, like tight ends we never heard before. Like Mo Alley Cox somehow gets over to the fucking Detroit, and he's gonna be the number 1 wide receiver. Like
This is kind of
unbelievable.
like the Joe Judge move last year, where we're all a little bit confused. We're all kind of, huh? What? Why? Because he's tight end. He's a tight ends coach coming from the Saints. In case you guys don't know, doesn't really ultimately make sense. Apparently, I know his name's been floated around a couple times before, Nude. Right? Not
I mean,
really.
it's yeah. I mean, yeah, but it's not like at least Joe Judge kind of made sense because he did like he did some like this came out of like I was just like, dude, really? You're the Lions and you have Matthew Stafford who you're trying to get back and you're trying to get all these pieces back with him and you pick this guy? Like this is the most Detroit guy thing I've ever seen. At least Urban Myers kind of makes sense. Like college game coach, like he wants to have Trevor Lawrence. He's done good with like quarterbacks like Tim Tebow and fucking
Mm-hmm.
Cardell Jones. Like I get that. Like Dan Campbell is just Detroit embodied. Like it's just like this man is
I
literally
love it.
gonna come up with a truck and like somehow like destroy Marvin Jones's car. Like and Marvin Jones will request a trade because he's like Dan Campbell's like called him like shut up maggot and then like throw him. Like and it's just it's just like
It's
it's
a
somebody
force
said it.
around instead of 5, motherfucker. That's not gritty football.
Shout out to my boy Libba. Who's a Titans fan. He called it. He's like, this is Mike Vrabel light. Like this is Mike Vrabel like light, very light. Like this guy is gonna be. He's gonna
Scoreboard Mike
be.
Babel.
he might, like, if it's 21-7 against, like, maybe the Packers, he's gonna put on pads and like a helmet, and he's gonna go out there and try to score. Like, that's how I see this happening.
Enough airtime for Dan Campbell. Good luck. Another job that should have gone to Eric the Enemy. Like pretty much every single one that we're gonna read
Let's
off.
not. We're gonna we're gonna talk about the Texans, but let's save that whole spiel because I'm gonna fucking.
Then I'll save what I consider the worst move. I had it pulled up right now, but I'll save what I consider the worst move here in a second. Made by, of course, the another team in my division. And my, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go with kind of the very Chargers. Nobody gives a shit. Boring move of the week. Super Chargers. You kind of like this though, dude. The face kind of perked up here. Brandon Stanley, now head coach of the Chargers, coming from Los Angeles Rams. You seem like you like this move a little bit, dude.
Well, okay. So, in my personal opinion, the OC coach for the
You're
Bills.
a big Anthony Lynn guys. I'm very disappointed to see you go. I'm a big Anthony Lynn guy.
I just think he just got the short end of the stick with some of this shit. But
yeah, he did.
when you lose games like how he's lost games, like
you don't keep your job by keeping games close. You have to win.
No, and you have to win those close games, and he didn't.
Right.
So,
right.
Credit to him. He landed on his feet. I think he got a new OC job where he's interviewing for OC jobs. So he'll land somewhere. And be a head coach again. That's my prediction. But Stanley, I mean, credit to him, man. He made the Rams defense the number one defense in the NFL. He did all these different things with Ramsey and AD, and they have high respect for him. Now, the only reason why I'm perplexed with the move, yeah, I used a big word, is because the Bills OC said he's going to return to Buffalo.
Big brain. That big brain.
Big brain. Buffalo Bills OC said he's going to stay back, which was what I thought was going to happen because they have Justin Herbert, they have all these weapons, but I guess they want to stick with the defense with Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram. You get Darwin James back. You have Casey Hayward, so that defense could be number one. So I think in my brain, the reason why I say okay, I like the move is because guess who's in their division? Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. I mean, that's who you have to go against. So what you need against them, a great defense that could confuse them and confuse Andy Reid. Their offense is going to be their offense if they get a good offensive coordinator, which I think they will because they have an attractive offense.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Stanley here, and I do believe he's going to be a good coach, and I do believe the Chargers are going to be a team that's going to surprise a lot of people. They might be 11-5. They might be 12-4. They might even. And
if that defense can finally stay healthy, and that's my main thing. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
The entire team, yeah.
I'm not overwhelmed with the move here by the Chargers, like I already kind of stated, but I definitely think they have enough personnel where if you get the right people in, they're definitely a playoff threat.
Exactly. And they could, and who could, I mean, yeah, the AFC this year was loaded, but like they have a team to be loaded, and that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm okay with this move. I'm not excited. I'm okay. Like I'm just like, yeah, that's a good move. We'll see what happens. So
here's one I'm okay with and still a little bit underwhelmed. Again, another job. Should have gone to Eric the Enemy. We'll get there. Arthur Smith, Falcons. I'm okay with. Only reason I like him is because I think he's part of a pretty solid Titans staff that honestly did not have a lot to work with in the years that he was there, and they really made the Titans into at least a reputable team. It's just another move that I don't think entirely fits the Falcons, but what do you think here, dude?
So it's funny because when we talk about Stanley and he made the number one defense, this is the guy who had the offense with the most touchdowns. But this offense doesn't come with a Yeti running back. All right, it doesn't come with a monster in the backfield. Yep. It comes with Todd Gurley with his knees, Ito Smith, and Brian Hill. It might come with no Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. Their futures are uncertain right now. The only thing that's certain about this is Hayden Hurst and Calvin Ridley. Like, at least for the offensive side, their defense is poopy, and I don't know who they're going to get as a defensive coordinator. So this is kind of the flip of Stanley, but in a bad way, and I think it's in a worse way. Nothing against Arthur Smith. I think he's going to be fine. I just don't think the Falcons are going to be in a place where they're going to win now. and it's going to
Yeah.
fall on him, and it's just not going to be good for him in the sense of Matt Ryan doesn't come back, Julio doesn't come back, then this guy's an offensive genius, quote unquote. Everybody's going to want his head in about 2 to 3 years. So it's like, I don't know. I think he just took a job that might crucify him. So
I think it's a job. I think if they do stick around, it's gonna look a lot like. And I know this is not a hot take, but I think it's going to look a lot like that Falcons offense of circa 2016 that we all love so much. That
yes,
ultimately fell short, but yeah.
yeah, and I
But with
think
that being, go ahead.
no, I think they're still gonna finish. Depending on what the Panthers do, I think they finish third or fourth in that division. So
This is probably my favorite move of the week, nude. Robert Saleh. I think that I love it.
my
Absolutely.
man, my
Yeah.
man.
I knew we'd be in mutual agreement, same page. Nude and Joe here. It's a beautiful move. One of the only person I think hired this week, except for maybe Urban, I guess maybe that deserved the job. And I don't have much more to say than that. This is a guy that got the 49ers to absolutely explode, make them look scary, make them a threat that they were last year to get all the way to the Super Bowl. He was a huge part of why. I'm surprised he didn't get hired sooner. I love the hire here, dude.
No, I mean, all right, credit. I mean, I'm gonna say something. Arab culture coming your way into the football game. Robert Saleh, my man. No, I mean, this when we talk about Erica Benjamin and him, these are the two guys I thought would be the first candidates off the board. Off the board. Now I don't know what's gonna, and we'll get to Eric soon. Trust me. But Robert, I'm glad he found a job. I mean, the Jets. Listen, the Jets are the Jets, and they're always going to be the Jets. But they have the most cap. They have the most cap room. They're in the position at the number 2 pick. A lot of discussion about Deshaun Watson. So I mean, if Robert Saleh is paired again with a guy, by the way, breaking news: Patrick Mahomes cleared concussion protocol.
Fuck.
So we'll get to that later. Breaking news on the show. You're welcome. So let's see here. Where was I? Robert Saleh will bring that attitude that San Francisco had with their defense when they lost everyone and still was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't good, but okay in that sense. That defense might be good again. That defense might be good. That offense will need somebody that he needs to bring in, but I think they just got a leader who's going to keep the culture very tight and very
extraordinary leader.
Very, very tight and very solid to where players will want to come to New York to play for him.
Right.
And that's what it is. When you say all gas, no brakes, man, you got me. You got me. You're a wild card team in my book already. with no moves.
1,000% Jets to the Super Bowl. But I mean, I love it. I'm in total agreement with you. This guy's a leader. I think he's going to come in and make the same kind of impact Ron Rivera had on our culture. Maybe not as immense. Shout out Ron Rivera to the Washington football team named to be determined later date. Probably not. Still working on the T-shirts. But let's go ahead and let's go with easily the worst move of the week. Before I do that, I'm not missing any others, right? Let me double check this here.
I don't think so. We said the Lions. We said the Falcons.
Yep.
We said Jags. Yep. This is the last one.
All right, baby. Then, and a franchise that just let me put it this way. You ever date a girl, nude, where it seems like every 3 or 4 days she sends you this huge, 3-page text of why she's so sorry about a situation or why something's going so entirely wrong. And you kind of look at the situation and you're just like, if you just stop thinking about it, everything would be fine. That is the same type of move the Philadelphia Eagles continue to work as a franchise. They got lucky one year, and ever since they got lucky and they dated the prom king, now they're trying to date the prom king again and again. Listen, your movie's not getting a sequel, and this move is not going to get you anywhere near. If there was ever a chance to see.
Let's calm down.
Nick Sirianni, one of the worst hires I have seen in a long, long time.
All right.
I don't think listen. I think he's a good. No disrespect to him. Did great job as OC over the Colts. With again, not a lot to work with. He kept them in games. Nothing overly whelming with that Colts offense.
Let's not blow our load. But Yeah.
I think one of the worst hires. I don't think this fits at all. I think this is clearly
Yikes.
an
Yikes.
Eric, the Benemy job. I want to call him Eric the Enemy as always, but yeah, Eric Benemy. I mean, I think 100% this was his job. I was surprised. I was terrified. I thought 100% Eagles were gonna be tortured, lose twice a year, locked. I'm very surprised by this move, Nude. Clearly, you feel I am busting a nut too early here. You feel like I
Well,
finally got the
okay.
prom king
So I
and
will,
I
I
nutted a little too
will,
early.
yeah, I will say this. You said something about their Super Bowl and everything. Let's leave that in the past. They won that Super Bowl fair and square. They did all that stuff fair and square.
I'm just saying they're
We,
overthinking to try to get to another one. They dated the
they
prom
are,
king,
they are. I'm not gonna. When
nutted
I saw this
quickly.
move, I saw this move, and I said, "Here's my reaction." I was like, first of all, I had to make. I knew he was OC in Indy, but I had to check on him. I had to see what he was. He was apparently the quarterbacks coach in Kansas City with Alex Smith. He did
A
all these things. So I was like,
little
okay, so
research.
they're doing it all just for Carson Wentz and Hurts or whoever it is. In
Right.
my personal in my personal
Right.
opinion, this Harry Roseman looked at this guy in the eye and said, "I control the team. You control what I tell you to control. So are you okay with this?" All the other candidates said no. This
Right.
guy said yes.
Yep.
So this guy basically says, "I'm okay being the scapegoat. If I get fired, I get fired. If I do good, I do good."
I'm
But
good
Howie
being daddy's
Roseman
little bitch.
control. Yes. So Howie Roseman controls everything while you be my little puppet, and like Doug Peterson didn't want to be, and you better be the puppet or I'm going to kick you out too. So, in my opinion, that's what's happening. Now, for the person itself as a hire, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Like, he could be good, he could be bad, but it's not like I have any knowledge of what he's actually going to be. People are saying he's a good leader. People are saying this about him. Eh, we'll see what he does. But
Let
at
me
the
take
same
it back
time,
then. It's not the overthinking girl. Let me take that back. It's the toxic relationship guy. It's the toxic relationship guy that can just needs that continued cycle of control and abuse. And he lost his main girl, and this is the rebound.
yeah.
This is the
Yeah,
rebound who's
exactly.
desperate and horny and ready to go wherever he would be. Just surprised, happy to interview. Happy to interview.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all I'm saying is like when Howie Roseman looked him in the eye, he said, "You want a head coaching job? You better do it my way or the highway."
So I mean, let's talk about the most hot
I
button
mean,
topic
okay,
of the week
let's
besides the playoffs. I know it's been overtalked and blah 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 blah, blah. But
so
it's
let's be honest.
yeah.
Let's be honest.
Why
What
does
is
this man not
happening
have a
to
job right
Eric? What is happening to Eric is bullshit. And I'm gonna say this once and for all. Our country is changing. We have a new president. The bad man is gone, but racism is still going to be there. And I'm sorry to say, I mean, it's blatant. It's no offense. It's blatant. It's fucking blatant. Andy Reid had John Harbaugh, had Sean McDermott, had all these different coaches get coaching jobs right away. Like Ravens didn't think twice, Bills didn't think twice. All these different coaches didn't think twice. And listen, the Rooney Rule is great. The Rooney Rule is a great thing if you fucking do it right. It is not there to play around and it is not there to be stupid. It is something to take seriously.
now?
Interview these minority coaches seriously. Now, people are saying, well, Eric doesn't interview right. Eric doesn't interview right. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. DK Metcalf went into the Seahawks fucking interview, quote unquote, shirtless. Shirtless. And what is he? What is he, Joe? He's one of the most upcoming stars in the NFL. So
Yep.
people are like, "Oh, DK didn't wear a shirt in his interview. Now that's bad practice." Oh, then he wouldn't be drafted to the Seahawks, and we're not over here talking about is he going to be one of the better NFL wide receivers. Eric has game film to show he is the best. Now people want to say, "Oh, but Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill." Okay, what happened this weekend? Chad Henne. What happened? They picked the play to win the game, and with Chad Henne. So get the fuck out of here. So it's like, stop being fucking dumb. Stop being fucking stupid. Now, I think he's going to take the Texans job. I really do. And I think when we're all talking about this now, about Deshaun Watson this, Deshaun Watson that, Deshaun Watson will become the quarterback of the Texans at the end of the day. Let's just call a spade a spade. But if Eric is not the head coach, Watson is not going to be a Texan. So guess what? That is my prediction. But now I'm very pissed off because a guy is not getting his fair share because he should be the first one off the list. Robert Saleh should have been the second one off the list. And guess what both of them are, Joey? Black and Arab. And they both should have been off. And I'm sorry, I'm pissed because the guy did so much for the organizations that he's coached at, and just because quote unquote he didn't interview well, go fuck yourself. No offense. The NFL is ran by Satan, and Satan's still doing his thing.
I don't have much to add. In fact, I don't have anything to add. I think that you hit the nail on the head perfectly. You have nothing to apologize for. You have every right to be pissed, and yeah, that's unfortunately what it is, and it's fucking despicable, and it's we gotta figure out a way to break the tide. It's fantastic that jackass, dumbass, fuckface, superstar, or whatever you want to call him, is gone, but that doesn't change the way this country is engraved ultimately. And that it comes down to things like this. It comes down to just me walking down the street versus you walking down the street, if you really want to get into it, but we won't. We'll just leave it at that. It's a fucking shame. This guy is more qualified than every single candidate except for maybe Robert and Urban that got hired. It's fucking disgusting.
One of the things that I really am going to say,
Doug Campbell got a fucking job over this man.
That's all I'm going to say. That Dan Campbell got a job over him, and Alex Smith, who was his quarterback before Patrick Mahomes, says it's kind of ridiculous that this man doesn't have a job. We'll leave it at that. If a player is saying that, and Dan Campbell is a fucking coach, that's all I'm going to say. You don't need any more. You don't need it. The proof is in the pudding. Next topic. I'm sorry. That's bullshit. Fuck them.
Yeah. And no need to apologize at all. We'll move right along. Fix that, NFL. Fix that. That's Jesus fucking Christ, man. Surprise, disappointments, games that caught our eye, our weekly segment that we love. We'll try to pull back here and get back in bit mode for you guys just a little bit. And I will start actually with my disappointment to get us right back into bit mode, nude, because this is not even really a bit. Tom Brady, you're an asshole. Tom Brady, you're... You like sticking your tongue down your son's throat, and then you like throwing touchdown passes to other people's kids that they couldn't clearly throw. It's fucking disrespectful. It's disgusting. You do it to the man on his own field that he's been with for years. I was appalled. You are a despicable human. Dude.
I mean, Tom Brady, what? I don't know what to say here.
How dare he? Well, first of all, there's no way Drew Brees could throw that pass that he threw to his son. Let's be honest. There's no way.
All right. Okay, so let's
Tom Brady rubbed salt in the wound is what he did.
Okay. So we're talking about Tom Brady, and you're just bitching because of the pass he did to his son.
Yes. And for anyone that didn't see it, there's a great clip out there that was so sweet and such a precious moment. What a great guy Tom Brady is. And it was a clip with Tom Brady and Drew Brees talking, chatting it up, hugged it out, yada, yada, yada. Probably being Drew Brees' last game. His wife was there. I think he almost tried to grab a little ass on his wife, too. Whatever. That's just one man's opinion. And then
they're definitely having another kid. They're definitely having a kid in retirement.
It's going to be...
So... I guess I'll go. You want me to go with my surprise then, because you brought it up?
Well, I'm at disappointment. My actual disappointment was the Chiefs. Just because.
Oh, so you just brought up Tom Brady just to bash his name,
right? So, as per typically,
God damn it!
And it also was just disgusting. What a dick. But with that being said, no, the Chiefs, man, I know was disappointing. Once again, this is a team. I thought we were going to see playoff Pat here. I thought we were going to see the same Chiefs that were down 24 last year. Or what was it? 17 points. It was 24-3 or 24-10 or whatever the hell it was. And then he came back, laid down 17 points unanswered before half. And then he went ahead and laid another 21 on to win like 48-28. And I believe I had the spread in that game last year for the Texans. Got crushed, was very excited, and very wasn't. And that's exactly the Chiefs I thought we'd see here. I understood they still fight it out. Andy Reid is still Andy Reid, still an excellent game planner, still looks for every nook and cranny, and will find a way, even if it's the Henny way. That's awesome. But it was ultimately a disappointment. They should have blown out the fucking Browns. This offense still doesn't look like they're completely clicked to be ready in time for the Super Bowl. That's why I have the Bills, as you already know, as my Super Bowl champion. We'll get to more of that a little bit later. But they're not looking like that same team of last year.
Well, this guy is over here sucking his own dick. I'll tell you the real reason. So, I mean, you suck your own dick. Anyway, so Patrick Mahomes did not look like Patrick
So
Mahomes when he was
far,
playing. He was
3 out
not
of the 4
playing.
of my AFC championship contenders in there. My Super Bowl pick still alive. Why would I not suck my own cock? Everyone should suck my cock.
Because it's still 16-18, and we'll get to that later, and that's why you shouldn't suck your own dick. So,
somehow your little puby that you can barely find is hanging it.
Let's call a spade a spade. This is what the Patriots were when they used to be good.
Hey, 2-in-1 show. We get a new. It's called spade a spade 2-in-1 show, baby.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like Patrick Mahomes was rocking an ankle injury before he went out. They still win a game against the Browns. Browns more so is a surprise than the Chiefs are a disappointment. I think you're fairly unjust with this take because they did. I mean, come on now. Chiefs coming off a bye. Patrick Mahomes has an ankle injury. This is just what's going to happen. So it's like watch
Andy Reid. Can you remind me how Andy Reid does off a bye, brother? Can you remind me real quick?
I mean, he does great. I think he's undefeated, right?
He's undefeated and always covers the spread off a bye.
They don't ask how you're undefeated. They ask how are you undefeated, and he is, and that's it. They don't ask like.
Now that you're a degenerate, I think you would understand covering the spread after a bye.
So there you go. I mean, listen, good teams win, and the good teams won. So there you go. So let that be known. And then I
don't think it's sucking my own dick level. I think it's a fair take. They don't look like the playoff team of last year. The offense doesn't look fully clicked. There's still no run game. I don't think I'm incorrect.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. You want to say all that? You could say all that, but I'm
just showing all the YouTube viewers your PS5 real quick.
Yeah. So I guess
speaking of sucking your own dick.
I mean, if you want a disappointment, the disappointment is the New Orleans Saints, right?
Go ahead, give it to him.
All I'm saying is this: you have Drew Brees. You got guys over here rocking like 12 injuries. You have Michael Thomas saying he has injuries and wanted to win for fucking Drew Brees. Alvin Kamara. I mean, you're the best. You're one of the best backs in the league. You put up that devastating performance. You're like, come on, man. Jameis comes in for one play, scores a touchdown. Why don't you just leave Jameson? At the same time, I understand this is Drew Brees' last game, but God forbid, like you had the game tight for a while, and then you throw 3 interceptions, and that's how you end the game. You gave basically a Tom Brady the thing. Like, just give it a break, man. Give it a fucking break. Like, you're unbelievable. So, I don't know. I just thank God it's done. Thank God it's just done with that, and he's gonna go.
I mean, I had the Saints in the NFC Championship game as well. That was them beating the Washington football team, named to be determined at a later date. Probably not. We all know how that worked out. But I just had a feeling, man, that if the Bucs advance, there's no way you beat Tom Brady on those Bucs 3 times. You just don't. You don't. And that's what it is. The exact same reason why the Bucs won't win this weekend. And we'll get to that in a little bit as well. But I'll go ahead and give you my surprise, which is the Packers. Why they are my surprise? Listen, they are looking like the Chiefs last year. They are looking like the confident, the hot, the dangerous team. There's always that team you keep the eye out for during the playoffs that are looking like that. I'll give you the Giants role, for example. That's the best role you can use, right? It's when you start to get on that roll, and it's any playoff team. Heat of this past summer, right? When you get on the Nationals, 2 summers ago, when you get on that hot playoff roll, when you look invincible, it is legitimately the scariest tool you can have in the playoffs, and that's exactly what the Packers are and what they showed against this game against the Rams. We all expected it to be way closer. This Rams defense was playing absolutely out of their mind, and it kind of looked like it was going to be that game for maybe a quarter and a half, and then all of a sudden, boom, you have a absolutely on fire, unstoppable Packers offense right now. It's the best they've looked all season. It's the best Aaron Rodgers has looked since he won that 2011 Super Bowl. Yeah, go Pack, go, baby. Go Pack, go.
Well, okay. So, yeah, I mean, listen, I love Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if there's a guy. I'm sorry, all my Bears friends Bear fan friends who listen to this. Aaron Rodgers is just Aaron Rodgers, bro. Like, what can you say? That's all I'm saying is Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. He did his thing. I mean, listen, now here's the guy I really love. Here's a guy who looked somebody in the eye and said, you can go fuck yourself. Devontae Adams looked Jalen Ramsey in the eye and said, follow me. Follow me.
Yep.
Do not leave me. He said, do not leave me. And
Yep.
Ramsey's like, I'm gonna make him pay. Fucked him up. Fucked him up down and down and down the field. Cut him up. Like, bro, Devontae Adams is quickly becoming one of my favorite players. He is. I love DeAndre Hopkins too. I really do. I really love DeAndre Hopkins. But I'm gonna give it to Devontae Adams right now. He is the best wide receiver in the NFL currently. Man has 158 receptions, one drop this entire season. Like, you can't pick a guy better than him. Aaron Rodgers is on fire. Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams doing their thing. Defense just got to do a little bit more. So,
and more importantly, he made Jalen Ramsey cry, and that can make anybody happy. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I mean that's all I can say. So now my surprise is on the other side of the ball of my game. That was my disappointment, and it's I mean, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, people want to bury this team. People want to say Tom Brady is old, Gronk is old, Bruce Arians is not a good coach, the defense is not going to do this, they do that. They just went into New Orleans and did their thing. They went in there and picked off Drew Brees. Now, Drew Brees looked like a fucking asshole, and that's probably why they look like that. But it gives you a sense of, like, does Tom Brady have the magic back? Is Tom Brady really going to go to Lambeau Field next week and beat Aaron Rodgers? Now, our picks, no, it's not going to happen. But, I mean,
I think we pretty much already revealed our picks for this weekend. But anyway, we'll keep going.
But,
to the sharp-eyed, sharp-listening viewer, already picked it out.
All I'm saying is this. Tom Brady did his thing. He made some clutch passes. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans doing their thing. No Antonio Brown this week. We'll get to that. But Tampa Bay, man. I mean, that's all I got to say. Tampa Bay. They're in the championship game. I mean, it's as furthest as I think they're going to get. But at the beginning of the season, people were going to bury them. In the middle of the season, people were going to bury them. People were going to bury them against who they play first. They played, against Washington football team. People were like, why not get Washington football team? Nothing against the Washington football team, but people were like, Tom Brady doesn't want to play outside. It's just like how it is.
Right.
And they did their thing. Then they were like, certainly New Orleans is going to beat them. They beat New Orleans. Now we're all saying Green Bay is going to beat them. Now there's not a little part of you saying Tampa Bay could win this thing. That's all.
I disagree. Like, there's a lot of people. Here's my whole thing.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go on.
Real quick before we get to our games that caught our eyes is you see what last week we both said on this show. We said we think I believe you had to stick with the Saints even though you wanted to go Bucs, right? And I said there's no way last week that he beats Tom Brady 3 times. There's also no way Aaron Rodgers forgot about week 6. There's no way Aaron Rodgers forgot about week 6. They blew out the Packers, the biggest blowout the Packers had all season. Blew out the Packers 42-21, I believe. It was fucking bad, dude. It was absolutely a train wreck of a game for the Packers. They were miserable. They were crying just like Jalen this past week, and they were basically Drew Brees watching Tom Brady throw a pass that he can no longer throw to his own son after losing to him. That's what they were, and Aaron Rodgers, that's not going to sit with him well. I think there's a lot of people bringing up that game that are saying, oh, well, don't forget that happened, and Tom Brady's probably going to do it, and I think a lot of people are more going with the thought in their back of their head this week, and that's exactly why the Packers are going to win.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I mean, we're revealing our picks right now, but we're both on the same page on that. But it's just like there is like a 5% of me that's saying Tom Brady wins. I'm not going to be surprised. So there's still 95. There's still like 95%, but that 5% usually is the one that usually is right sometimes. So now games caught our eye. I'll just start it off because I want to do something I've never done before. Lamar Jackson, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. That game was not your fault.
A lot of clapping to show, but that is wow. Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
so
this is Nudes, bigger man than I was.
I am a bigger man. It's your 2021. It's your Hold on. Let's not clap too quickly. Now, the interception in the end zone was horrendous. The interception in the end zone was horrendous. We can both agree on that. But outside of that, your wide receivers couldn't get open. Your center was spiking the ball like it was like we were at the Seattle fish market. Like they were just throwing it and just hoping somebody was going to catch it.
Right.
He was getting attacked all night. Now credit to what's his name? To Josh Allen. Josh Allen did his thing enough to win the game. Stephon Diggs, one of the most underrated players in the NFL. He's probably in my top 5 now for wide receivers next year. But
top 3.
he's good. I mean, like they're good, and like we're talking about
Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, Stephon Diggs.
Damn. All right. Well, you do that. I'll keep my DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams for now, and then I'll figure out 3 later. But
it's already figured out, but you'll figure it out soon enough.
Inshallah. But here's the thing.
I know.
I mean, the Bills did what the Bills did. They won a gritty game. Their defense came to play. They're a surprise team. I mean, it's a surprise. This is all a surprise. Like we're all thinking about now. We broke it on the show, but Patrick Mahomes is playing. But if Patrick Mahomes wasn't playing, the Buffalo Bills are going to their 5th Super Bowl. Like that's how I felt. Like I was like, they're going to the Super Bowl. Like
I mean, they are.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. We talked about Josh Allen as this guy coming out of college that was so raw that people were like, he might not make it. And he's the best quarterback out of that whole draft class. The second guy was the guy he was going against. Lamar Jackson was doing great. Baker was playing against the Chiefs. Like when you're looking at these young stars, like that was such a great game to watch for the future of the NFL. Like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are going to be like that for a while, and those teams are going to be good for a while because they have 2 solid franchises, and that's why it was my game to watch because it was like, wow, the future of NFL is in good hands with these quarterbacks that are coming up and doing great, especially when they're just developed correctly. That's what I hate is when quarterbacks are not developed correctly and they are just shunned from the NFL. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are testaments to that. If you're developed correctly, you're going to be a good fucking quarterback if you have the right abilities.
We apologize at least once a week, RG3. I apologize in my head once a week. So sorry.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But, the game to come out, I won't spend too much time on this one, dude. Bucks and Saints. Actually, before I get into that, agree with you. Lamar, you did what you could. It was a big media porn week, and still is a big media porn week with the young superstars on the NFC side and the old superstars on the NFC side. And I am stealing that quote from you, Aaron Rodgers. I did love that quote, as I always love the Pat McAfee interviews. And it has been media porn going crazy. But those 2 superstars are a testament to how you develop quarterbacks, to playing to their strengths, to playing what they can do, and basing your team off that, not trying to get the quarterback to play into your system. It never works. It never has. It never will. Period. Exactly. With that being said, With that being said, we already talked a bunch about this game. Bucs Saints. It was just the most exciting game of the week for me. That's why it caught my eye. Not much more than that. We've already talked a bunch about.
It was exciting until the 4th quarter. But yeah.
Every other game was just maybe I'm comparing it to the divisionals of last year, which I would say playoffs last year probably some of the most exciting playoffs of all time. It was fucking phenomenal. You had that Texans-Chiefs game we already mentioned, which was incredible just as a football fan to watch. It was a lot. The Titans upset the Ravens. That was, at the time, a David versus Goliath that no one expected, unless you or me. And it was, it was awesome last year. This year's divisionals, I think I took a nap. I cleaned during the Browns Chiefs, and I took a nap on Saturday. I can't remember during which game. So it was just a very slow week of games. Best game on the board was the Bucs Saints till about the 4th. Moving right along, let's go ahead. Let's get to our playoffs. Let's get to our bracket, how we're doing. Nude somehow loses the Saints, still alive. I don't know how the fuck you did it. But you have a clear path. Right now the score is 18-16. I am ahead still. And I would have been way, way ahead, and there would have been no shot whatsoever if Nude didn't try to fuck me over like he did the wild card weekend, but we've already been over that. Right now, Nude's only path for me to once again do the dual shot of taking a ball to the nuts because I'm doing it again because I fucked up my job this year, and eating the wings is whoever loses the playoff bracket, like I had to do both last year. Only new shot is for me to do the duel is if if the Bills lose and the Packers lose. Only shot, essentially, at this point.
Oh, give me the wings. Give me the wings. Guess who has the Packers in all his fucking bets? This guy. So give me the wings. Listen, I'm just gonna go straight into it because I've been looking at lines all day. Let's be honest.
Oh, you're just ready? All right, go ahead, man. Because I don't even have.
Ready? Chiefs cover -3.
Wait.
I think.
Excuse me. It's time for the gambling corner. Go ahead.
So I'm an addict now. This is how it is. I'm probably gonna do a lot of this.
I love that you insisted it.
So
no, now we're fully diving into the deep end.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong with some of these lines, but for the Chiefs,
I don't think I laughed.
The Chiefs right now are -3, right? And over under is 50.5.
Yes.
Give me the over. Give me Chiefs.
No, over under is 54 for Bills Chiefs.
Oh, let me see what I got it at. I think I got it at less, actually. So sorry, everybody.
These lines do move, ladies and gentlemen. I recommend. It just kind of depends. I would say with the news, it went up just because.
51. I had it at 51. I had 51.
And the money line did go up, like we discussed off air. It went up 10 points. It's plus 50, 152 now. It was plus 140, which is not that.
So give me the over with Patrick Mahomes. Give me Patrick Mahomes to cover. I'm sorry, Bills fans. I love you. And this is where the greatest quote of all time comes in. I can live with betting with the Chiefs and losing. I can't live with betting on the Bills and losing. And that's what I'm going to say. I can't bet.
You're going with the Alabama adage?
I can't.
Even though you bet against Bama earlier this year?
They are the Bama. They are Bama. Like, you can't bet against Bama and be happy you bet against Bama. And it's true. I was not happy that night. I was like,
unless it was Florida week. If it was Florida week, you're happy you bet against Bama because Florida covered that week. And it's going to be just like this for the Bills this week. I have Bills straight up money line. They are my Super Bowl champs, as you know. Like I told you, the Chiefs are not looking like they did last year. I understand everyone's just, well, they're the Chiefs. There's no way they don't make it. That's exactly why the Bills win here, man. I mean, it's just setting up for that story.
It's fine. And I'm not blaming you. And that's what I'm saying. I am not blaming you.
Which team has higher chemistry to you right
now? Huh?
Which team has better chemistry to you right now?
The one that won the Super Bowl last year.
I disagree. I 100% disagree.
That's fine. Disagree. But that's why it's a bet. So there you go.
That you will lose. Bills money line. It's under as well. I'm going complete opposite because I know we should have done the first game first, but oh well, because we're on the same page there.
How about this? You want the Bills? You want the Bills? You want the spread or do you want the money line?
Money line. What are we doing on it?
You want Bills money line and I get
Actually, I'll take spread. What are we doing on it? I'll take spread. If we're doing a straight up bet, I'll take spread. If we're doing, I didn't realize what you're starting to propose here. I'll do spread.
Propose. You could pick one. How about this before I propose? Because more than likely, I'm going to do the wings, right?
More than likely, you're what? Sorry.
Yes. I'm going to do the flat.
Yes.
I pay for your lunch that day, and I do the wings. If I lose, if you win, you do the flatliner. You take it off my hands.
No. I'll just buy lunch.
What happened to the confidence?
Just buying lunch that day. Who's ever buying lunch that day? No, I'm not gonna let you try to sly it off on me that way. That is
not gonna sly it. You are so confident in it, and that's what I'm trying to say. I was like, if you're that confident, then do it. Do the bet. You get a free lunch out of it, and you see that.
I'll do a couple beer bets with you. I'm not gonna do that whole thing that I
right. Next. Yeah, next.
Nope, you're not going to wake up. You're trying. I see what you're trying to do here. It's not going to work.
All right, I'm just saying next. That's all I'm saying.
This is going to be such
an next
too because we're on the same page here. Packers and Buccaneers.
Over Packers. That's our show. Enjoy the show.
You know what? Fine. You know what? It's a championship show. It's a huge show. I want to end it with electricity. Bills money line. Give me Bills money line straight up. Let's do it.
You're gonna do it.
Skype handshake. I have my hand. You have 5.
So
Four,
if
three,
hold on, I have shake. It's a shake.
Okay.
And I'm saying if I still lose the wing thing, if I lose the wing, if I win the wing thing, I'll just buy lunch for you. Does that make sense? So if I end up somehow winning, does that make sense? Like if Bills and the Packers lose and you still have to do the flatliner, our bet just goes, well, I would have won anyways. It doesn't matter.
Then I'll just buy lunch. So how about this? Regardless if I win that, we'll just say regardless if I win that, you buy lunch.
Yeah.
Or if I lose, I buy lunch.
Yes.
And then now it's just we've turned the wings into just Bills cheesecake.
Yes.
Okay.
Deal.
Done.
All right.
One more virtual shake.
Electricity. All right. Electricity. Now to our sponsors for the show. Seductress by Jax. Get your lashes. Get your hair.
Yes.
I said that. Get your lashes done. Get your hair done.
Together.
For men and for women, DM her on her Instagram. Follow her and go to her website. Eyesight, mobile eyewear company. New way to get your glasses, sunglasses, contacts, all that stuff. Please look at their website and their Instagram. It's Eyesight with an I. And Stuck Up Clothing. We wore our clothes last time. It is their winter line. Finest clothing money. Finest clothing money could buy. Go on
finest
their
fashion
website.
money can buy, but you're getting there.
All right, whatever. And follow them on Instagram. Follow them on our pages. And we are sponsored by the Four Corners Studio. Follow them, 4cr.studio, Instagram, Facebook, and all where podcasts are streamed. We have a bunch of episodes of Thoughtology, bunch of episodes of Free Therapy coming, as well as the return of the Mac. Us, of course, we're going to be here after football season. So don't lose us. Don't forget about us. And as always,
announce your huge thing for the hockey podcast. That is huge. That is our first official gigantic guest to announce that.
Yes, 5-holers Wednesday. We have Rob Carlin on the show and will be released on Friday. So please be out there looking for it. We are here. We are ready to do it. We're going to have a 30-minute talk with him. I think it's one of the best. So, yeah, I mean, that's the biggest news we've had in a while. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, that's our show.
So I thought I was going to have the former assistant director to the FBI on the show, but that did not happen.
Well, we'll talk about that next time. But this is our show. I'm the Pharaoh. That is Little Jew. Stay true.
I'm Little Jew. Jesus Christ. I'm Little Joe. That's the Pharaoh Shanuti. Stay breezy. Stay easy. One love. Say my part.
Aha!
Aha!
There you go.